and this is my first journal entry, if you will. I live in North Carolina, and I'm married. I've been married for 11 years. I love my husband. He loves me. Blah, blah, blah. Happy marriage. Blah, blah, blah. I have 3 beautiful girls. One is named Haley. She's 11 years old, and she's awesome. She's just like me in every way, good and bad. She's very smart, very creative, very funny. She's got a very wry sense of humor, but she's just like me as far as defiance, and nobody can tell her, anything, and, she thinks she's smarter than everybody. Yeah, she's just like me in that aspect, too. And then I have twins. I have 3.5-year-old twin girls named Hannah and Kylie. And when Kylie is in trouble, she's Kylie Ann, because we are in the South. So whenever Kylie Ann, she's a sweetie. I love my Kylie Ann. She's got such a good heart. And the twins, both twins are autistic. Hannah has an autism, unspecified autism, and Kylie has Asperger's, which is interesting, having twins with it. Kylie is on one end of the spectrum. She is very sensory driven, very obsessive and controlling and domineering. And Hannah is on the behavioral side of it. She throws a lot of tantrums, she screams a lot, she likes to throw things and break them. She's very behavior driven, not very sensory driven. And it's very difficult to try to maneuver through my day catering to Hannah and her specific rules. Like I said, she's very behavior driven, so she's repetitive. It's got to be the green spoon, it's got to be the green bowl, you got to have the Apple Jacks. Shout out to Apple Jacks. I don't even care what Apple Jacks taste like. It's because they're the color green and the color orange, and Hannah is obsessed with the color green. She really only likes to eat green food, which has resulted in putting green food coloring in mashed potatoes and eggs. But it's easier to just buy food that's already green. So we found Apple Jacks, and she just in the last 2 or 3 weeks has discovered the awesomeness of the color orange. And I think it might be because of the Apple Jacks, because she was already accepting of it because the cereal was green and orange to begin with. So now she's starting to dig the color orange too, which is good because that opens a whole wide door for food with her. But so Hannah's very behavior driven, and I feel like if I can get through my day, if I follow all the rules to get through my day with Hannah, then I'm okay. But then I've got this other dynamic of my day that is Kylie, and she is very demanding, and she's very loving, but in that loving, you can't just, oh yeah, you're awesome, I love you, you're great. No, you actually have to connect with her. She craves that one-on-one attention, so you have to give that to her, or she gets very upset and gets very difficult. So my friend and a psychologist and a social worker, they were all like, I think you should keep a video journal. I think you should post it, and I think you should put it out there for people to see, because you're smart and you're creative and you're funny, and people might actually want to watch you and learn from you. So I don't know, maybe if you do, welcome to my crazy life that is fun and interesting, but at the same time insanely crazy, and makes no sense. And I've told people before that I believe that when you die, you go up to heaven, and you're a spirit and an angel, and you get to watch down on those that you love. But I believe that I have angels up in heaven that don't have anything to do with my family, but that watch down on above, because I am a sitcom in heaven. My life is a sitcom in heaven. I'm convinced of it. And I do a lot of this on my own. I'm married, but my husband works very hard, and my mother-in-law lives with us, and I do get help from her. She's with them right now, actually. She watches them for a couple hours in the evening for me, and that does give me a chance to take a breath and to take a shower, which is very important. And just to, to fill the well that is me, And I figured during this time I could, journal. I could tell you guys what it's like to live my life and strategies that I use to get through my day-to-day, and techniques and things that I've learned from reading, because I've read a ton. I've watched a ton of videos. Oh, and let me just say, so far from all the videos I've seen, loving lampposts is awesome! That little boy is in love with lampposts, and it is just the cutest, sweetest thing I have ever seen. You can watch it free on Hulu.com. And the Sun, as in S-O-N, not S-U-N, the Sunrise program, those videos on YouTube, they are exceptionally intelligent and creative and funny and entertaining, and it's common sense stuff that you would never think to apply, but once it's shown to you, you're like, why didn't I think of that? That's a great idea. So, and you can, apparently, it's a company, and you can buy videos, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know. I'm looking into it. I'll let you know about that later. But for now, I've just been going on YouTube and watching their videos. And the redheaded chick with the accent is awesome! I wish she was my mom. She's, like, so great and wonderful and positive and upbeat. And she just makes me feel like no matter how hard my day is, as long as I'm upbeat and happy about it, and I present that to my kids, that I'm going to have a great day. The issue with that is that I'm not a very positive person. I'm not a get up, yay, let's greet the day and have a wonderful time at it. That's not me. I'm like, man, do I really have to friggin' get up? And, oh, I gotta brush my teeth, which I don't always do. And I gotta brush my hair, which I don't always do. And I gotta get dressed, and I always do that, though. But it's like, I get up in the morning, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to do this. It's just daunting. So, one of the reasons why I want to keep this video is that I want to implement some changes. I want to be more positive. I want to be more upbeat. I want to be more on their level. It's been recommended to me. We just got the diagnosis for Hannah within the last month. And so I've been doing a lot of, like, where do you go from here? What do you do? And there's a lot of different stuff you can do. You can do ABA, which is Applied Behavioral Analysis. And from what I understand, it's awesome. It's extremely expensive and time-consuming. But, I mean, what isn't in the autism world extremely expensive and time-consuming? Yeah, because I've got $10,000 to buy a hyperbaric chamber to keep in my garage, too. Jenny McCarthy, send me one. But, like, it's extremely time-consuming, and it's very positive reinforcement-driven. It's, if you do this, then you get a sticker. If you do it for another 30 seconds, then you get another sticker. That's very simplified, but that's my personal, wrapping around it of my brain. And my kid does not get cause and effect. And if you don't get cause and effect, then the concept of positive reinforcement is kind of lost. So I had to think outside of the box, because like 80-something% of the people that have kids with autism, that's what they deal with. Go with ABA. It's just what you do. And it probably will work for Kylie when she gets older and is ready for it, and they're starting school in the fall, so they probably will do ABA with her, and it will probably work with her. But with Hannah, we were trying something different. We were trying something called floor time or floor play. It was originally started by a guy named Stephen Greenspan, and I think that's right, Stephen Greenspan. Please forgive me if I've got that wrong, but the concept is you get on your kid's level. You get on the floor with them. If they are on the floor playing with a piece of dirt for an hour, then you get down on the floor and you find a piece of dirt and you play with it for an hour. And it allows them to not see you as different. It allows them to see you as the same as them, and thus open up to you and be more willing to communicate, and to be more willing to talk to you, and to be more willing to come out of whatever world they're living in and come chill with you and yours, even if it's just for a little while. It's like you have to go into their world and find them and pull them back into your world. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start the floor play with Hannah. Of course, because Hannah and Kylie are twins and they're always together, Kylie will be involved in it as well. But I think Kylie's going to benefit more from ABA, and she will get that structured ABA at school in the fall, which is like 2 months away. So at this time, we're just going to focus on trying to get Hannah on the floor play and get Kylie in on it and get Haley in on it as much as possible because she's home for the summer. And I really want to work on building a strong relationship between Haley and the girls because right now she's extremely resentful and hateful and mean, and anytime I ask her to help with them, I get nothing but resistance, and she hisses at me like a cat. And I want to get past that, you know. I want to get to where she understands that her sisters are, they are what they are. And no matter how much I want them to be normal, even just for one day, they are normal. This is their normal. We have to learn, I think, it's very important that when your kid is diagnosed with special needs, whatever it is, especially autism though, I think it's important that you not spend a lot of time trying to change them and make them assimilate and make them fit into society. I think it's our job as the more older and mature and responsible and evolved and understanding person and individual to change for them. So that's where we go from here. I have a lot of changes to make, and I thought it would be cool to chronologically record the changes that are going on and what's happening and the changes in Hannah, and if this floor time works and where she's at now, and maybe in 6 months looking at the videos and seeing where she is then. So I guess that's it. I mean, if you want to come along on this journey with me,